Battle control initialized.
Hey people, 5 Aces here. I'm back from my trip on the Trans-Siberian Railway. It's been a wild ride indeed, but Russia has spat me back out because all good things must come to an end, be it the holidays or be it RAGL finals. And with that out of the way, here we are. This is it. These are the finals of Season 5 in RAGL. We've got in his vintage Barf colors. I don't know, it's just more akin to his natural Barf color, I guess. I've never bothered to check because I actually don't really want to know his what his Barf looks like. It's Barf. Lobmaster 2000 versus Blackened, going for a double dog opener. The double good boys here trying to get an early infantry, get an early snack, an early morning snack. But Barf is very well aware of this. He has scouted the dogs and is now reinforcing with 2 rifles, not letting his engineer go unguarded. One of the doggos actually getting a snack for himself. Field snack, the other one is on basically 1 HP. Can't sustain another rifle blast. This is gonna be so tense because what many of you guys actually are not aware of, dogs can jump over cliffs in this. They can actually leap over those like 20-foot cliffs. No wait, I don't actually know how much a foot is. Disregard that, I don't know much about American metrics. Use the metric system, boys. Okay, might be so good. He could actually take the jump here. Leap of faith? No, it's not happening. Ah, so close. It's super close here. But anyway, with that opener, that is going to allow Blackened to just take up to his war factory that little bit earlier in exchange for oil derrick capturing power, because he has none so far, 0. And yeah, Barf might actually get away with the hospital as well. So I don't know if the build's going to pay off. Uh-oh! I'm sensing a wipe here. Another field snack. These dogs have been worth it. Sniping the engineer in the early game, setting Barf back by 500. That's actually worth it. And in comes a flak truck. That's a build that I have loved previously. I had played it so many times, just going for super early scouting vehicle and trying to run over the infantry. But the thing is, it falls off so hard. If you don't get the infantry pressure that you do want to get, then the problem is that your opponent outscales you hard, because this is the most vulnerable phase of your eco, and eco in OpenRA can be a fickle bitch, is all I'm gonna tell you. But Blackened is unflustered here. Ah, okay, he's actually somehow outscaled Barf. How did he manage to do that? Well, the thing is, he has skipped the barracks, so the kennel is way cheaper and way easier to produce. So I guess he just didn't invest that much. He didn't lose an engineer as well, unlike Barf, unlike a certain someone. And I really like the position of the flak truck here. It reveals the barracks. It would reveal anything that would come forward and be rally pointed north. But Barf does have his rally point in the main base now, so it's not scouted. But the thing is, Barf doesn't know about this scout here. He doesn't see it, and thus is unaware that any of his moves out is going to be scouted unless it's over via the flanks. But we're seeing Grens. What? Alright, that's Blackened taking his derrick in the backhand as well. And the Grens are going to be super interesting. If they run north, they're actually going to get blasted by the flak. Just getting shredded by those flak bullets here. But Barf on 6 harvesters, and I think that, yeah, it's going to be an APC. So it really... Okay, this is probably a game-deciding moment. Which path is he going to take? He has relegated his rally point here. So that's just a couple rifles as a diversion. Alright, the rifles are being scouted. So Blackened right now doesn't see anything out of the ordinary. And the thing is, those rifles have now revealed the flak truck, so Barf is obviously just gonna take the flanking route. This is super big for him, because as far as I can tell, yes, Blackened doesn't have any spotters. Okay, game 1 might be in, we might be in for a wild ride here. Ooh, Blackened forgetting about his flak truck. Trading down here with a couple of rifles. And this is gonna be insane. This is gonna be an unscouted flank with a Gren APC. Nothing to protect Blackened on the flanks. And Blackened is someone who is notorious for just skipping out on the early base defense in favor of more field pressure with infantry. Oh, yikes. The rocket soldier going forward. You never want to have these rocket soldiers face forward. So what I would do in this engagement is just double click the rifles and send the rifles forward, because there is no way your opponent is going to have like a heavily armored vehicle in the early game, except for an APC. But the APC is gonna be here, and this is gonna be a problemo for Blackened. Un problemo in the main base here. Yeah, this service depot is dead to rights. Ooh, this is gonna stop heavy tank production. Blackened is, as a result now, floating hard. The power is being targeted as well. Barracks had to be dropped here. Oh, this is emergency damage prevention mode for Blackened. Also getting a couple nice blasts on the rifle infantry. Lots of AoE damage and no way to heal it up for Soviets. Oh, he's in for a bad start. He's deployed his expansion, but so has Barf. And Barf has actually gotten a refinery out. While he can still stay with the APC and trade up. Trade so much going in his favor. Okay, rockets coming in. He should look for greener pastures. Ooh, being blocked, unfortunately. But Blackened was floating, and I think maybe also his power got disrupted. Doesn't look like it now. But I think there was a brief moment of power down. So the hospital has been taken down, and here's a problem. The service depot snipe is not gonna allow Blackened to produce any heavy tanks anytime soon. He's gonna resort to APCs. Let's check the production queue. Yeah, he's just going for power plants. So Barf is going for broke, he is going for the big old Barf move. And this time he has all the rights to do so because he knows he has sniped the service depot. There is not gonna be a single tank out for Blackened yet. And this is gonna be devastating. He's trading up so hard here because that heavy tank is absorbing most of the pressure, most of the damage. This is putting on the hurt. Yeah. Yikes, Blackened is hurting for a squirting here. All his infantry goes down. Second batch is coming in with an APC to boot, but yeah, can he stem the tide here? He's just trickling units into this. Oh, also going for a service depot just now. Blackened still on APC production, and they just don't do their job as well. They're a bit more mobile, and they can actually transport infantry around, which is kind of their only perk they have over the heavy tank. But the heavies are so much better at blasting base defenses, blasting harvesters, dealing with tanking situations. Yeah, their turn rate is shitty and they're not that mobile, but in the same vein, it doesn't really matter when you can just have so much pressure in your opponent. Blackened is actually going for a sneaky engineer here. Cheeky breaky engineer trying for capture. Alrighty. I respect that. That's pretty good. And finally, Blackened has reestablished himself, but only to be greeted by another. This is not really a Barf maneuver because he split up his army in two. That's when you know he's playing seriously. Alright. In comes, that's just a flame tower, yeah. Look at what the heavy tanks are doing to flame towers. That's just obliteration. He has killed the expansion harvester. Oh god. Blackened also just trickling in his units there again. Yeah, he was just out of position. He was not there to scout this. So immediately a harvester going down, APC going down. He's in rough shape here. This is gonna be a rough game to claw himself back into. And he's depleted on his main patches, so eco move out is coming momentarily. But I think Blackened has just missed his window. He's just too far behind. Barf has teched up. Let's check the economy tab because I think the trading was actually relatively... 12k lead for Barf. Need I say more? This man is dangerous on even assets. He is even more... He's a threat to humanity on when he's ahead on assets. Also, he's got the V2 rocket launcher online, and probably, I presume, there's going to be a Yak very momentarily. And the Yak can blast a hole into this army. Just laying waste. Oh, that's a forward raider for Barf. Just the way he likes it. He's gonna risk it for the biscuit. Yeah, the Yak is gonna see everything. The big eye of Sauron seeing everything here. And this is not an engagement that Blackened wants to take, but he obviously had no way of knowing that the V2s were coming in. But beautiful play. Barf just sending back his tanks and the infantry marching forward. V2's gonna apply the pressure to keep the infantry moving. And that's probably gonna be a game-ending push if I say so myself. Also running out of Tesla coil range. Really good micro here by Barf. Can actually patch up his heavy tank as well. Pretty good. That's amazingly well played so far. Just methodical and surgical play. There's gonna be a desperate counterattack by Blackened. Everything he's throwing everything at the kitchen sink at this expansion. But I think the Raider Dome is revealing too much. Hell yeah. Revealing all the things here. And this army is gonna get cleaned up easily, no problemo. 3 heavy tanks are all that remains. On the main end, the main expansion is gonna get blasted by the V2s. V2 launchers for the victory. And I think that Blackened is gonna tap out just in a second here. He has nothing left, just those 2 heavy tanks. Yeah, that was a decisive game 1. And that puts Barf into the position of having taken the first point. Just by sheer means of Grenadiers. That was an amazing flank and amazing game sense by him. He knew that the flak truck was camping there, and it chose a route that couldn't be scouted. Amazing play by him. So yeah, on to game 2.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
Which is gonna be played on, Borrowed Time, a map that leaves you constantly broke. It leaves you feeling like a homeless bum every time you play it. So not a big fan, but hey, beggars can't be choosers, and beggars can't play this map either. I'm constantly broke here, don't know. Just got those couple expansions, and you need to defend from so many flanks. You need to keep an eye on the middle canyon, you need to keep an eye on all the right-left flanks, you need to keep an eye on this patch here. Base pushing is easy because every single expansion is vulnerable. Yeah, this is a super tricky map to play in my opinion. Anyway, we're gonna have Barf just opening up with a pillbox. What's that all about? I think he's scared of the cheese. He doesn't want anything cheesy to happen here, and Blackened just going for a straight up ref. That was not a kennel and not even a barrack, so he's just skipping infantry production in favor of faster eco-scaling. Risky because, yeah, had Barf known about this, he might have put on the herd with 20 rifles. Who knows? 20 rifles double ref. It's always a risky build, but as like someone has said that with StarCraft, I think one of the most prominent StarCraft casters, it's a game of incomplete information, and in my opinion that's even doubly true for OpenRA because scouting is a bit harder. Just getting into your opponent's base and scouting is harder than it is in StarCraft, because they've got those nice little fancy units that can do, like, what is it, the Protoss units that can do their phase shifts where they are invulnerable and can pop up at any given location. Like, their shadow goes there first and scouts, and if you deem it a safe location, then you can click again and it transports the actual unit there. It's the Adepts, I think. Yeah, Adepts. So they've just got the tools for scouting, and scouting in the early game with rifles is not very efficient in OpenRA, nor do they have any special abilities to support this, nor do they have the vision range to support it really, because 3 cells, yeah, those guys are not exactly wearing infrared goggles. Those guys are just, like, they're just wearing a black hood over their head to keep them from, to keep them distracted, I guess. He's trying with a rifle and see. That's just, yeah, game of incomplete information. He has no information on the base right now. I mean, dogs are fairly decent at that, but it's a risky maneuver and it costs a lot. So yeah, in comes an APC from Blackened, and Barf has just opted for double ref, which leads me to believe he wants to do a light tank rush of sorts. Yes, out comes the light tank. Oh, this is so good. Unfortunately, he couldn't heal through here. What is Blackened doing? Wow, that was super close to losing him the APC. So the bursts from the APC were almost enough to heal through the damage from the APC. The heals, sorry, the other way around. The heals from the medics were almost enough to tank through the burst fire from the APC, but just barely not enough. So that is cluing Blackened in, but he's still. I wonder what he's doing here. He has scouted the lots of early rocket infantry. If you see your opponent having like 5 rocket infantry by minute 240, you know something's up. You know there's going to be a rush of some sorts. And Blackened has just gone for double barracks now, so I think he's going to fire up infantry production right now. There's going to be a delicate window that Barf might either hit really hard or miss. Yeah, no, Flame Tower is coming online in 6 seconds, so I don't see this working anymore. Just a single Flame Tower blast with a yeah, with good target micro. Oh yeah, he has to pull back the APC though, because it's completely combat ineffective right now. Oh wow, he is bursting through here. And the light tank's still doing its job of tanking damage. That's fairly decent. He's also getting a trade on the flag here, which probably is gonna... Oh, so close. So he's got 2 super wounded vehicles here. Yeah, so I'd say with those 2 vehicles retained, Blackened is a good spot. He's got both his early light vehicles retained, he's got lots of eco, and Barf is just at 5 harvesters and no signs of an MCV yet. Only at 15 seconds. Yeah, I think if he can translate that into field pressure now, Blackened is in a good spot, because he knows that Barf is going to reinforce with at least 15 rifles at first, then maybe a couple of rockets after that, but it's going to take a while. And really all he needs to be aware of is the MCV positioning. So he's going on a scavenger hunt, trying to find the stray MCV. Fortunately on this map there are no fences, because there are a couple maps where you have fences, and if you crush those fences, you give away the position of your MCV 99 out of 100 times. Like, fences are an interesting design choice on a map, believe it or not. Like, those fences here, if your MCV moves over those, you're gonna know your opponent is gonna know what's up. Ah, that's not the right vehicle for the job here. Tanking should be left to the APC. That's a hardcore flank. Man, 2 rifles. Suck it up. Okay, with that out of the way, Barf is moving on. He's just feeling secure enough, confident enough to take the right-hand expansion. And yeah, both on even footing right now. I'd say the econ tab is relatively even. Blackened is actually ahead 2k. Yeah, I can see why. Those must be those 2 vehicles he retained on red health there. And Barf is going for his standard, just tank play. No sign of a radar yet. Yeah, he's going for more racks. He's just trying to pump up his infantry numbers. Trying to flex a bit here. Flex with his infantry. And also, I think he's going for a base push, and that's the very, very secure and safe version of a base push, because he wants to scout out first what's happening there. Got on him calling back his tanks there. And this is a good position for Blackened to fight, sorry. He has to get those 3 mediums out of the way first. And the heavies are not in a good position, but it doesn't matter. Oh, is that a move command? No. Should still be in Blackened's favor. He's still got the tanking power, yeah. Even with this little infantry. He's cleaned up the first army, but the auxiliary army, the auxiliary forces arriving from the south have actually evened up the trade. So Blackened has nothing much in his favor right now. It's got not much going for him. And there's gonna be a tank. This is so nasty. Whenever you've lost all your rocket soldiers, your opponent just has 1 tank left. It's like, we're not like this. The heavy tank goes down before doing anything of value. Reconsidering his life choices there, this is the tank driver. And that's a turret as well. So the heavy armor can go screw itself for a time being. Until it gets critical mass here. Blackened is on top of his eco game though. And Barf has just taken his second expansion, which is probably his natural. But it's hard to defend regardless. Like, it looks super close to your main base. But at the same rate, it's just... you never expect your opponent to attack here. What I don't like is those little infantry dispatches with very little rocket power and with no tanking power whatsoever. Okay, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be an engagement onto the Conyard. And I think he has enough. Blackened is going to break this. Yeah, definitely. He can stay here and kill all the pillboxes. Rip pillboxes. We hardly knew ya. Oh, good focus fire though. Barf just, Blackened just, no, Barf just focusing down Blackened's rocket soldiers. So how should we call his soldiers? The Blackies. Alright, some of the Blackies going in here, but no rockets left. So as soon as the heavy tank is down, he has to sound the retreat. Blackies sending, too bad here. No more rockets there. Mainly due to the good targeting micro from Barf. Oh, advanced power plant, so we've got the radar online for Barf. This is looking good for him again. Blackened is building his radar dome now, but he's a bit late on it. And just those couple early infantries can have so much of an impact. The only thing he needs to watch out for is not overcommitting. Oh, that's a helipad to the face. Right. Tesla coil though. Tesla coil is going to be wonderful at keeping those forces at bay. This is going to be a marvelous engagement here for... oh, yikes. 3 more medium tanks just chipping away at the flame towers and maybe gonna get an ore truck. Yeah, Blackened is being split up here. Oh, he's relegated infantry production to the top. That's so smart though, a concrete wall. I love the concrete wall here. Just as an extra level of security. And I think Barf might actually lose his Conyard here. Vintage Barf doesn't have much more left. Artillery. Oh, the artillery in the backlines, that's dirty. And power down as well. This should have been a flame tower and not a Tesla coil. But I think it's not gonna matter. Yeah. It's gonna live long enough. The only important task with the Tesla coil is keeping it alive for its until the second burst comes online, because then your opponent is gonna be dissuaded from engaging. But if you just pop it and your opponent has some infantry nearby, Oh, that's gonna be helicopter. Oh, nice micro there. Nice micro from both, actually. Yeah. The wounded tank's getting out. Sans 1. That's alright. That's a pretty okay trade, all things considered. There's another backup helipad out for Barf. Okay, so let's see what the economical situation is leaving us at here. Completely dead on even. But Blackened is broke, yeah. So is Barf. That's just how this map plays out every single time. I've never been not broke on this map. Two airfields. So this is gonna mean that Blackened is planning on investing into Yaks heavily early on here. He's also gonna have to long distance mine with a couple harvesters there. How many harvesters is he on? Yikes. It's got like essentially 2 mining harvesters here, 3 here, and this extra long distance mining. So it's like 4.5. That's gonna be a good shot. Any rocket soldier you can chip away at is gonna be good at this rate. What is this? What is this artillery doing? You have no business being here, artillery. Ooh, this is gonna slow down the power crawl from Blackened. It's also gonna lose the Tesla coil basically for no gain. Yeah, that's good play by him. And Blackened is gonna shift into what's it called? Flak truck production mode. Because otherwise this is gonna happen. He's just gonna lose more and more of his precious V2s. It's not what you want to have happen. Also, the flak trucks are not only good at dealing with the artillery, they're just so mobile, and they're usually the thing that that tips the scales in favor of the Soviets. 1 heavy tank going down, but the rest should be fine here. They can even. Ooh, they've killed it. Okay, this dispatch has killed an ore truck. That's fine. That's good enough. And here we've got the artillery, last artillery being taken out. And no vehicle production for Barf at the moment. He's just too broke. He's just relying on the Heinz here. Heinz and a couple of rocket soldiers. Ah. Barf is in a horribly economical spot here. He's got many Heinz though. Like 3 on a map, 5 on a map like this is an insane number. Keep that in mind. So straight up, yeah, Blackened just needs to start or force the flak truck production here. Oh, so smart by Barf, just parking his harvester like this. This is gonna be nasty. Oh, out pops the SAM site though. Oh, that's being beautiful. He knew that this was coming and has just thought up a SAM site. That was one of the best choices he could have made. Yeah, Blackened needs to move back. Ooh, his Conyard is gonna survive, albeit barely. Well played here, well played. And yeah, Barf just has a little bit of dispatch. Just 1 heavy tank, couple rockets, nothing too fancy. And that's Blackened knocking on the main door. He's at Barf's doorstep, he's in his home turf. Oh, but look at the focus fire. Those heavy tanks not even being touched by the pillboxes. As soon as the infantry comes inside the firing range of pillboxes, Barf is immediately focusing it down. Good micro by him. Gotta command the man there. Yeah, so can trade so easily with those pillboxes, even with as little power left. It's not got much left in the tank here. Ah, the harvester! Rampage! The harvester being on a slam page and flame tower finishing up the the medium tank here. That's been gorgeous. Oh, the eco is gonna stall so hard though because Blackened has just lost his refinery and there's gonna be base push incoming. Oh, this is so rough for both sides. What is... Okay, much of the armor has consolidated here. Might actually... Barf is trying to steal away the ore. He's still on... He's on 3 Conyards. Wow, that's insane for this map. I rarely ever see people go past 2 Conyards on this map here. Harvester should fall. Yeah, there we go. He really doesn't need to move forward with the infantry. This was just a death sentence. Really, Blackened should know that Barf's target micro is too good here. That's been beautiful. Okay, a couple more infantry. This heavy tank might fall prey to the infantry. Yep. There she goes. And we've got 3 Heinz. I think they can actually engage if they get a good vector. And Blackened is not paying attention. Oh, he's lost everything there. On the southern front, yeah, that's a victory for Barf as well. So I'd imagine he's not gonna be the greatest of spots here. after losing those engagements to the hinds here. That was just delicate hind play from Barf, really. It's all I can say here, the Barf's hind play was stellar. Right there, he hasn't lost a single one. I mean, he's lost one when retreating, but like losing a hind while retreating to flak trucks is almost inevitable. And the only thing he doesn't have right now is much armor. Oh, this Tesla coil is gonna swing the tide though. This is gonna be nasty. This is gonna deny the entire eco lines. Ooh, that's an ore truck graveyard. This is where ore trucks go to die, in this ditch here. So beautiful. This Tesla coil is fantastic. Repair it! You can actually repair through this, yeah. Very good. As you can see, if he hadn't repaired it, the hinds would have taken it out with a burst, but it was just barely enough. Alright, another engagement by Barf. And this time, he's brought a lot of company. Ooh, the yacht goes down. Refinery in peril. All the infantry being cleaned up. This is a clean swipe here. And Barf again looking to be in a good spot, but there is one last attack on the main base. Is this gonna end the game? I don't know. It's maybe gonna snipe the tech. So let's see where this goes. This is smart. The flak trucks are trailing behind. Oh, the only war factory for Barf is gonna fall. This is smart by Blackened. It's trailing behind. Yeah, just looking to snipe the hinds. They haven't found the second hind here, but it's gonna be an easy kill. Easy kill, easy life. Oh, what the hell? An Iron Curtain out for Blackened already. Jesus Christ, he's attacked like a madman. This is a stellar attack here. 4 heavy tanks still in the main base. Rampaging through here. The last helipad falling. And the Iron Curtain timer is ticking down. So yeah. You won't like this narrative, but Barf is in a rough spot here. He's in a pickle. Oh, also taking down the power. That was such a good attack by Blackened here. I mean, he's forgotten about the flak trucks, but it's fine, because there's no more threat of a helipad coming online anytime soon. Barf is selling out here. He knows these tech structures are forfeit. He's probably producing... Oh yeah, he's getting out the last power plant before he sells. Oh, didn't get the sell off. That sucks. That just straight up sucks. So this eco has been denied for the longest time. The eco line was just under fire from an Iron Curtain. Yeah, this was well played by Blackened. Who's probably... Wow, 2 more heavy tanks just ravaging the eco lines. It takes 5 salvos to kill an ore truck unless it's already wounded, like here. Like so. Also killing the power, those would be good snipes. Yeah, good stuff. Blackened is also gonna lose some eco. Make no mistake, this game is not over. Game is not over yet by any means, by any stretch of the imagination. But, oh, maybe now it is. He's found the flank on the second eco line. Wow. What a play by Blackened here. This was insane, just sniffing out every single vulnerable structure while awaiting the main army and simultaneously keeping the artilleries off bay. Keeping check on the artilleries here. Alright. What is he doing here? Oh, that's gonna lose him a lot. That's gonna lose him all his heavy tanks though. So I'm not sure if I'm liking it. We'll see, we'll see. Oh, he's run away though. And still trading. That's good play. The tanks were able to turn in time. Yeah, that's the 2-prong. This is not happening. Oh, an Iron Curtain to boot, just to add insult to injury. Hype. What a game here. Blackened playing his heart out in game 2. And actually taking up to tier 3 as Soviets on this map. The madman. The absolute madman. I've never seen tier 3 on this map actually being pulled off successfully. So, kudos to him. What a well-played game. With that out of the way, we're gonna tackle game 3. See you in a second.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
Alright guys, are you ready for this? You're not. Trust me, believe you me, you're not ready for this. Game 3 is being played on racetracks. I've never seen this map played successfully, or I've never seen it produce a good game. I don't know. Just my personal opinion, not a big fan of this one. It's up there with a river of piss. The communication center in the middle. I've never seen anyone go for that as well, because yeah, we would have to invest into an engineer, and then it's super easy to snipe because there is no base building area nearby. So highly doubtful here. And, ooh, Ren opener for Barf, who is spawned as Russia. And we're seeing Blackened as Germany, so if he goes the tier 3 route, just like last game, it's gonna be Chrono Tanks. I really wish it would be Chrono Tanks, but something tells me that's not gonna happen. Blackened just streaming out a lot of infantry. This is gonna cue the Benny Hill theme. Cue Benny Hill theme right here. Yeah, that's just what's happening here. Is that a 20 rifle opener? Might be. Might actually be the case, and he's trying to apply some pressure, but Barf, in his wise foresight, has opted for a double ref opener this time, so no War Factory. Yeah, he's gonna be in a good spot. Let's just say Blackened, it's not gonna happen. You can produce like 40 rifles there on two harvesters. It's still not gonna matter. Yeah. Barf has a base defense queued up already. He's gotten five rifles. It's not in the cards. And the harvesters are, yeah, a notably bad target for infantry, or for rifles at least. So he's waiting. That's actually a 20 opener, wow. Haven't seen that one in a while. Yeah, one lonesome rifle standing guard. The alpha guard here. Oh, flame tower being popped. And yeah, just with that out of the way, Blackened thinks, okay, I've got a window of vulnerability that I can abuse. Nope. There are like 10 rifles already. Let's check the basics. Barf is not gonna fall on low power because he's already gotten a second power plant out. This attack has just gone south. Completely south for Blackened. This game has turned sour for him real quick. Blackened is floating a bit. Okay, that's such good micro. Barf has his rockets on two different hotkeys, or on different hotkeys from his rifles, and he's setting them back so they don't face tank. Because early rockets are super impactful against a light vehicle. Even just two can dissuade a light tank from engaging. Yep, and Blackened's infantry is just strutting home in a very defeated manner. Light tank coming out here, and there's already, yep, that's what I was telling about those two rocket soldiers earlier. Early rockets, just so much pressure against light vehicles. Keep in mind, Barf is on two harvesters, but Blackened for the longest time hasn't been. He's opted for triple ref here, and probably gonna look into more harvesters now. But if he loses one to Barf's APC push, he's gonna be in wrath shape. The pillbox is coming online in 3 seconds. Is it gonna be enough to kill off all the infantry before the ore refinery goes down? Probably not. Yeah, even with all the focus fire from Blackened, ore refinery goes down. Oh my goodness! That is, what a move from Barf. He has waited with those 3 grins. They have just waited in ambush for their opportunity to get some snipes in. Wow. Has that left him? Oh god. Blackened is broke. Blackened is on low power. This is a horrible situation to be in for him. This is almost game ending. Due to the non-linear scaling with the eco. Because if you have two harvesters, or if you have 2 refineries and more harvesters to harvest from them, you're gonna earn so much more than just letting your harvesters deliver to 1 refinery. And also he's gonna deplete so quickly. Yeah, this is gonna be horrible. Blackened is gonna have to deploy a 4th refinery before even moving out of his main base. He's gonna have to be in power first. Now he's gonna float. He's gonna start floating like a madman. He's gonna run out of ore. Wouldn't want to be in his shoes here. It's been a bit of an unfortunate game too. And that's gonna put Barf in an indomitable position here. Yikers. Alrighty. That's probably gonna spell the 2-1 for Barf. Game 2 was fantastic by Blackened, but Game 3, not so much. Unlucky, I'd wager. There's already an expansion out for Barf, who's now just gonna camp the natural here. And that's the richest expansion. That's the rich and easy expansion that Blackened could take, but I think... Yep, there's the Tesla coil. That's just lots of infantry in the Tesla coil is so good at denying eco lines. This is gonna be a wipe. This is just a field day for Tesla coils. As soon as Blackened deploys a refinery there, he has to either immediately pull back the harvester or lose it. And there's a ranger and the light tank. This is just not the army you want to have at this stage of the game. There's gonna be a single heavy tank. They can probably out-trade all of this. Wow. Yeah. Even when insult to injury, the Tesla coil immediately zapped away one of the only rockets there. This is just a slaughter. Yikers. Even the APC still survived from the earlier push. And Blackened just frantically massing up infantry and eco. It's not gonna help him in the long run. Probably taking out the comm center. That might actually be funny. No, there's not enough space to deploy here with an MCV. You would have to kill those 2 wall tiles as well. But that would be funny just for posturing. Just for showboating, putting his MCV in spot of the comm center. What a good eco transfer, just on time. Completely lined up with the refinery, and I think Barf's got this. Like, look at the assets. That's a 14k lead at minute 6. You don't want to be in the shoes of Blackened right now. He is mined out. He's gonna transfer his harvesters to the top side. Oh, it's gonna get worse and worse. He has to expand to the north because he knows the south is being camped. Alright. That's Barf probably not even losing a heavy tank. Good rotations. Good turret facings there. And super useful here, by the way. The classic bug here is gonna show Barf wherever the army is gonna go, or wherever this. I think he's primed on the medium tank. Maybe on one of the infantry. Hard to tell. What's that gonna be? Oh, they're primed on different targets. One of them is primed on this tank here. The other one is primed maybe on a pillbox. Interesting. Alright, anyway, so that's gonna give away the position. So as soon as Blackened moves out with his infantry, or with his army, he's immediately gonna be spotted by Barf. Who has not deployed a radar, of course. Because why not? He's totally in a position to do so right here. Maybe just one more refinery. Blackened completely broke. Yeah, there's nothing much you can do at this stage of the game. We're just waiting for the inevitable. There's gonna be one big clash here, but look at him just encroaching the territories of Blackened. Oh my goodness. The bazooka tracking. Oh, the harvesters are having an unlucky day here. APC survives as well. 2 harvesters being traded away for nothing. And I think Blackened might even lose this engagement here. Too much stationary infantry. Oh, Barf pulling back, okay. That's gonna give him a little window. But no. Force is overwhelming. No. This is a massacre. First Yak coming online, here's the V2. Yeah, just sealing the deal here. Not even doing that much. The shot was not well aimed. Another one coming in just 2 more seconds. There we go. That one was better. Wow, and a good crush. With his last dying breath, the heavy tank here from Vintage Barf, sealing the deal on those infantry. Another cluster of infantry being formed here. Oh my goodness, what are those ore trucks doing? Just pathing over to try and get some of the juicy ore. Rough game here. Three V2s, and this time it's a correct choice because there is not going to be any air pressure whatsoever. He knows that Blackened can't have gone for air pressure as well, off of his shoddy eco there. Yeah, he's gonna have to build bargain units. He's gonna have to build some summer sale units, basically. Okay, the mediums are chasing away the V2s, and pins it in. Caught between a rock and a hard place. GG. Being called by Blackened, rightfully so. There was nothing could have done at that stage. Alright, that leaves us at a 2-1 up for Barf, and a fantastically played game 1 and 2. Game 3, bit of a stomp, but Barf just made no mistakes here. He was just playing indomitably, and yeah, Blackened going for his 20 rifle opener, it just didn't pay off for him. That's something that would have worked in like Season 3 maybe, but now people just opt for, yeah, many times people go for double ref. And this map doesn't lend itself to good games, as evidenced by this here. My thesis still stands. Alright, that was an amazing series, part 1. We're gonna meet each other next week, because I'll have to make a cut here. But it's gonna be the same casting session for me. So yeah. See you next week, guys. Thanks for tuning in. 5 Aces out.
Battle control terminated.